everyone, welcome to another video and thank you for joining me. And today I talk about how I went to an all-day workshop on a gentleman who pretty much told you how to apply for jobs effectively and how to get past the online application system and how to properly build your resume and so forth. So I'm going to share with you everything that I learned from him. His name is Frank Alaniz, so everything I'm about to share, the credit goes to him. And I have notes because he gave us handouts on his PowerPoint, so pretty much just going to go off of that. But let's go ahead and get into it. So when you apply for a job, any job, actually like 95% of businesses use this. It's called the ATS, the Applicant Tracking System. And the ATS sorts through thousands of resumes to determine which are the best fits for the position for which they are being submitted. And the ATS operates by searching resumes for keywords. So that's very important. We're going to go over that a lot, that you have to have keywords in your application or in your resume. Now, unknown to many job seekers, a whopping 85% of resumes are never even seen by human eyes. So that's just pretty astonishing there, like how much is this computerized and how much an actual recruiter isn't even seeing your application. So what the ATS wants specific keywords, and then how to help your resume ranking. What you do is you tailor the content to the exact way the job description is written, including plural words, abbreviations, and numbers. So note how the job posting spells their keywords. For example, nonprofit or non-profit. 3 years of experience with the number 3 written out, or the numeral 3 years of experience. So you need to pay attention to that, because the ATS will overlook your application or your resume if you have the wrong plural word or the wrong number. So what this ATS does is it basically scores your resume, and of course those, like how many keywords there are in it, and those with the high score move on, and those with not a high score get completely overlooked and the application process is over. So be careful. Let's see. So how many candidates apply for the average job these days? Is it 20, 50, 100? Well, the answer to that is 350 applicants per job. And did you know that up to 80% are determined unqualified within the first 10 minutes of the application process? So that's pretty unbelievable that 85% of people within the first 10 minutes, you don't even know it, you're rejected already. So that's pretty astonishing. Up to 75% of job applicants remaining are unqualified immediately after hitting the submit button. So all that time wasted, basically. And let's see. So the ATS resume, it should be in a Word format. Now, do you save it in Doc or DocX? Well, you want to save it in Doc because some ATS systems are older and they can't read DocX. So if you submit a DocX resume and it's an older ATS system, then you're already out. So you don't want to do that. You want to save it in Doc. So no PDF unless specifically requested. And as far as what you should avoid placing the contact information in the header of the resume, because filtering software could ignore headers and footers and actually delete that info. And as far as resume formatting, do not have lines that run across the width of the page. So, like, you know, a lot of times to make resumes look pretty, you have your contact information and then you have a line and then you go into like your summary or your work experience. So don't do that because the ATS can't read that. So do not format using tables. So do not have tables, and do not use borders around your resume, and a 1-inch margin is best. So basically your ATS resume is going to look kind of ugly. It's not going to look pretty. So you'll have a pretty resume when you email your resume to recruiters, or when you take your resume into the interview. You can include all of that formatting and all that stuff that makes the resume look pretty. But on your ATS resume, you want to keep it very simple, because otherwise the computer is not going to be able to read it. And okay, so what the resume should look like is you should have a summary. So an example of a summary is information strategist with an extensive background working with diverse populations, project developer and videographer with the ability to manage, design, and create multiple projects. So just like a 5 to 6 line summary, you don't want to make it longer than that, of yourself. And then after that, you should have a skills section. So programmer, developer, videographer, project manager, facilitator. So just whatever kind of skills that you have. It could be as simple as like customer service or management experience. You can add those in your skills. I mean, I'm sure you can Google like skills to add to your resume to give you a better idea, but that's just kind of a few examples there. And then after your skills, you'll have your experience, which of course is your experience. Don't go back more than 10 years or 15 years if the experience is relevant to the job you're applying for. And then after your experience, have your education. So basically the name of the university, the degree that you got, and the date that you got it. Don't add your GPA or honors unless specifically asked in a separate data elements. Now, as far as cover letters go, because the ATS functions by tracking keywords, a cover letter with keywords relevant to the job posting can help your resume's ranking, and therefore the likelihood of it being reviewed by a person. So a lot of people don't do cover letters. It's actually a statistic that up to 50% of employers don't read cover letters, but how do you know that 50% that is reading them? Plus, when you're doing your resume or applying in the ATS, that cover letter can really help you get those keywords that are in the job posting. So it's really good to have a cover letter. If the job that you're applying for doesn't have a place to upload the cover letter, then it's recommended for the cover letter to be the last page on your resume. So when you click upload resume, just have your 2-page resume and then the 3rd page being your cover letter. So that is how you can get past that. And a lot of stuff that I didn't feel was really needed for this video. It would just make it too long, and stuff that I didn't feel was really important, so I'm just going over the stuff that I feel is very relevant and very important. So the next thing being 80% of recruiters' time is spent on looking at your basic information, current title and company, work history, the length of time you worked at your previous job, and your education. So it's actually said that recruiters only spend about 30 seconds looking at your resume. So you really want to keep it as short and simple as you can. So resume tips: make your resume easy to read. Put the most relevant information on the top 2/3 of your resume. So that resume summary is going to be very important because that's going to be at the top. So in your 5 to 6 line summary, make sure you have very relevant information there. Limit your resume to 2 pages and make your resume relevant to the position. So include those keywords from the job posting in your resume. Resume tips for work experience: keep it relevant. Like I said, most recent 10 to 15 years of experience. Keep the bullets less to 2 lines, 1 is preferred. No more than 5 to 6 bullets per company or job title. Resume tips for education: make it reverse chronological, skip the dates, So, and I'm sorry, that was kind of conflicting. I said in the education part of your resume to put the date that you graduated. I guess that's not really necessary. So, just indicate that you're like currently enrolled if it's a college that you're currently enrolled in or a school. So, otherwise, I don't think that the date is necessary. But anyways, don't include your honors or GPA. Current or recent grads can list 3.0 or better. Include continuing or online coursework education, and have a one-line summary if currently enrolled. So just say like, I'm currently enrolled in the psychology program, or currently pursuing my bachelor's in psychology at this university. Okay, and I think we are almost done here. Do I have anything else? Oh, I don't have anything else. So that is everything. So just kind of short and quick for the most part of ways to build your resume and effectively use keywords in your resume to get by the ATS and to properly format your resume, or actually don't format your resume, make it pretty much plain text, easy to read. So yeah, I hope this video has helped you out, and I wish all of you the best luck in your job search. And thank you all so much for watching, and if you'd like to check out my other videos, please do. If you're interested, I make mental health videos, so please hit that subscribe button if you would like. And thank you guys again, and I will see you in my next video. Bye guys.